Okay, today we are going to take what we did yesterday with our map and put it into our rough draft over here. So we already made an outline or a map of how our writing is going to go. So we are going to follow what we did right here and just put more detail and words into our rough draft. So I am doing mine on Disneyland, and like I may have said yesterday in the video, I can't remember, our class in person is going to practice writing together this week so you can get used to the weeks to come of how we're going to write. So I am going to give you the option to write about Disneyland with me, or if you are feeling like you can do it all by yourself, I will let you write about your own favorite vacation. But just know that in class, everyone is writing about Disneyland, and you're more than welcome to write what I write if you would like to. So let's get started. I am going to write my title. My title is going to be Disneyland. Disneyland. So we are writing about Disneyland. So the first part that we need to do is over here. It tells us, number one is our topic. We need to introduce to our readers what we are writing about. So how we do this is we are going to take our writing prompt up here and use it to write our first sentence. Our first sentence is our topic sentence. So I am going to say this. I'm going to say, going on a vacation, you see that, is a blast. My favorite vacation is when I went to Disneyland. Now, in this part, I'm going to tell my readers why I love Disneyland, but we're not going to give our details yet. So I'm going to say, I love Disneyland because of the rides and food. Because of the rides and food. Okay, remember, our rough draft is just practice. So, if I mess up, is that okay? Absolutely. Remember last week how I said we are just throwing up on our paper and writing down all our ideas, and then tomorrow we're going to fix it and make it pretty. So that's what I have right now. So I'm going to say, and we're going to start our next paragraph. So over here we have our first main idea. My first main idea was the ride, like I mentioned over here, right here. So for my first paragraph, it is going to say, I'm going to write, one of my favorite parts about Disneyland is the rides. I'm going to say, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to say, one of my favorite rides is, and do you remember over here, I said one of my favorite rides was Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm going to write that. Guardians of the Galaxy. And then another detail I said was the Cars ride, remember? So then I'm going to say another ride I like is the Cars ride. Now I'm going to write one more sentence to kind of close up my details about the rides. So I'm going to say, I like the rides at Disneyland because they make me laugh and I have lots of fun. So that is my first paragraph about my first main idea, the rides. So my next main idea is the food. I said I love the food at Disneyland as well. Okay, so over here I'm going to move on to my next paragraph. I'm going to say next. Remember, next is one of our clue words when we talked about sequence. That tells me that we're farther into the story. Next, so I'm going to say next, or I'm actually going to change this. Whoops, I messed up. That's okay. It's our rough draft. I'm going to say another thing I like about Disneyland is the food. I'm going to say they have some yummy treats. I really like, I'm going to come over here and see the details I said. I said I liked Dole Whip and churros. So I'm going to say I really like the Dole Whip and churros. I'm going to say I love how refreshing they are. They are a great treat to eat while waiting in line for a ride. So that is my second paragraph. Go ahead and pause if you want to catch up or if you are writing a different thing. Okay, now I am going to turn my page because I am all out of room, and that is okay. I'm going to flip my page. I have one more paragraph to write. Now, remember, on our map, we have a little present right here. That is where we're going to wrap up. This present means we're going to wrap up everything we've written about. It's kind of like our introduction paragraph, but it's our closing one. So we're going to restate everything that we've said one more time to clarify what we like about Disneyland. So I am going to wrap up everything I said about Disneyland. So how I can do that is I'm going to first start off by saying Disneyland is a blast. I love riding the rides and eating the yummy treats. Now I'm going to say to the reader, hopefully one day you can visit too. So, if you can tell, I restated that Disneyland was a blast. It's my favorite. Then I went on to give my details again, or my main ideas, that I love riding the rides and eating the yummy treats. That's my favorite part about Disneyland. We need to restate that to wrap up all our details of our riding. Then I just said, to close off, I gave a closing sentence to finish off my writing that said, hopefully one day you can visit too. Okay, go ahead and pause this video if you need to catch up, or if you are writing another thing. Go ahead and work on your rough draft, and we will look at it again tomorrow.